All right. So thank you all so much for being here today, for joining us. My name is Raquel Wilson. I am the proud program manager for the Youth Voice program here at Foster Media Connections. I am going to pass it over to John Kelly to talk more about FMC as a whole and all of the three amazing programs under the organization that keeps the organization functioning. So John, take us away.
All right, thanks, Raquel. I'll get it back to you real quick, but thank you everybody for coming. I see a lot of familiar names in the attendee list, so good to see you all. For some of you, this might be things you know about us, but for the uninitiated that are joining us today, it's nice to meet you. And let me tell you a little bit about everything that we do here at Fostering Media Connections. So as a nonprofit, we are committed to elevating the conversation across this country on critical issues like child welfare and youth justice that affect and impact our most vulnerable families in this country. So child welfare and youth justice are really at the core of what we do. We also cover and raise up the conversation on youth homelessness and a lot of different things that spin around that, right? We know mental health and housing and all of these things that are kind of critical to the conversation. So we do that in three kind of core ways. This organization was founded in 2011. Our kind of first flagship program was originally called the Chronicle Social Change, now called the Imprint, and it is a direct daily news site covering all of these issues that I just mentioned every day. So we have some pretty strong hubs in certain parts of the country: California, New York, Minnesota, Texas, Washington State, but we really try to do what we can to cover every single day what's happening with these critical systems and the families and youth that are affected by them. And you can just a shameless plug, you can visit imprintnews.org for that. We also have a weekly podcast that's connected to the Imprint as well. Fostering Families Today is our bi-monthly magazine that goes directly into the hands of caregivers in this country, both non-relatives and kinship caregivers. We have something beyond 30,000 subscribers now across the country, and it's only growing more and more. And that is that is just the direct wisdom and alertness being sent out to the front lines of this system, the people who are really caring for youth and supporting family all over the country. So in addition to those two programs, the one that we are here to talk about today is our Youth Voice program. Called that for about 20 more minutes till we have a big reveal from Raquel. So the Youth Voice program began in 2016 as a journalism training program for young people with lived experience both in foster care and the juvenile justice systems. But I personally kind of see the real emergence of the Youth Voice program as having happened when the young woman who introduced me before I started gabbing here came onto our staff. Because while it is true that we have always found a way and always centered and found it very important to provide a pipeline for young people to tell their truth and to communicate to the world directly, this became a much different, bolder, and fuller program really right as we were heading into one of the toughest times really in the history of child welfare during the pandemic, especially for the young people who are experiencing it. So, it's really been I've been with this organization basically since its founding. The last few years of work that we've done on the Youth Voice program under Raquel, under Tracy, with the help of so many people on our staff, so many funders and donors that I can't name, and I would be afraid to, just if I didn't want to leave anybody out. So many people have helped us build this program into what it is today. Just in kind of reflecting on this year, I think my informal count was that we had just in the Imprint, which is not the only way that we share Youth Voice written work, but is one of the main ways. I think we've got somewhere around 125 different unique pieces that we've been able to share with people, from young people who have participated, whether that's through, just a simple op-ed or through the other programs that Raquel is going to tell you about in a minute. So as we head here into 2023, Youth Voice is going to begin the new year with a little bit of a makeover, right, Raquel? And so we'll have a new look. We'll have some new ideas for sure. And she's going to talk all about that. But the core mission really is the same when it comes down to it. We are, through this program, always going to provide, a supportive but unfettered way for young people who experience these systems to add their voice to the conversation. And I'm just so proud to be involved with this program and Raquel and her whole team and everything we're doing here. So I'm going to turn it back over to Raquel to tell you all the good news that we have heading into the new year.
Thank you so much, John, for that beautiful introduction. I'm really grateful and thankful for the opportunity to be able to come and work here, for the organization to just listen and to the needs of actually putting, foster youth in the driver's seat and really providing a space for them to amplify their voices. And so thank you so much, John. I really appreciated that lovely introduction. And so I'm so excited to share with you guys. Without further ado, we are no longer going to be called the Youth Voice Program. And so now we are going to be transitioning, and our program is going to be called Youth Voices Rising. And we are going to be connecting and bridging the gap between the foster care and the justice system, but in our own words and in our own way. And it's going to be for foster youth and by foster youth. And so under this new program name and mission, we will work even harder to provide a safe space for foster youth to amplify their voices, to build their skills. Rebranding this program allows us the chance to place a strong emphasis on foster care in the juvenile justice system and explore how both systems impact foster youth. We have changed the logo, and so now you guys can see that we have the fist with the inside the pen. And because we always want to tie it back to journalism, the core mission of this program is to teach and train foster youth on how to turn their lived experiences and their beautiful stories, but use it in an impactful way so that they can not only empower other foster youth that are in the system, that have experienced the same things that they have experienced, but also educate those who work in spaces that serve foster youth so that they can find, a new way and a better way to actively support us, but do it in a way where they actually are listening to us and the things that we need. Because we know often the people who are operating in these spaces are not from the system, do not have lived experience. And while that is okay, and we all appreciate the advocacy, because we've experienced the system, we have a different insight that we can provide that can be impactful and help, change some policies and change some procedures that can, simply just help us have a different trajectory and pathway in life, so that we aren't pipelined through these different systems. And so I'm really, really, really just grateful about all of this and all of the things. I want to go back and share some of the amazing things that have happened and took place since 2016 until and from 2016 when we first started until now. And so since in the beginning of from 2016 until 2022 now, we initially started off hosting 6 webinars a year. But I understand that creating that space and recognize that creating that space for foster youth, our panelists who are always paid to come and contribute and speak about their experiences to hopefully educate some folks and empower other folks who've been in the system. And now we are hosting 12 webinars a year. And I am so excited because I am getting ready to start seeking panelists for the 2023 events that we have. So you guys look out for that. And we have introduced a back to school drive, which garnered donor support and new partnerships. We were able to raise over $7,000, and almost we received a ton of gifts in support to support high school and college bound foster youth. And we had an event in LA County, which turned out really, really well. And so I am definitely interested in connecting with all of you guys to figure out ways that we can get some needed supplies to foster youth, because we know that, the importance of this event was to, provide a space for foster youth to be able to gather gifts. Because per my experience, when I was showing up to these type of back to school drives, these events was only catered to elementary and middle school kids. And often, the older foster youth kids get overlooked, and we get the too small shoes or the too big shoes or the leftover clothes that are oversized. And so we created this back to school drive so that we could simply support high school and foster youth that are transitioning into college. And that was really good. So I'm excited about what's to come for that next year. And so we've also increased the number of youth we serve. So in 2016, there was 24 youth that or foster youth with lived experience that we have worked with. We now have 275 program besties that I work with on a consistent basis, that I send things to, just always finding ways to engage. Some of my program babies are on in the chat now. I don't even sometimes reach out to them to ask them about the program, just to check on them about school, mental health, and all of the things that are happening in their actual life. Per my experience, when I was coming out of this system, I felt like I was being used, to help programs, to complete their deliverables. And it was important for me, as we transition and continue to grow, that we be a program that is not moved by deliverables but moved by passion. And so creating the space for foster youth to and for them to continue to engage and finding ways to engage them. I look forward to seeing what this number is going to look like after next year. And so and we have a 50% re-engagement rate, and so I really love that. And so in 2016, we published 24 stories. And as of December 2022, we have over 130 stories in our queue on our column that has been published, from original written pieces from foster youth with juvenile justice experience, homeless experience. We have stories about LGBTQ issues, mental health, and just all of the issues that impact foster youth. We try to dive into those. And so having this connection with and bridging the gap with juvenile justice and really placing a strong emphasis on this is going to allow us to, explore more of the foster care to prison pipeline, explore more of, structural racism, diversity and inclusion, that it impacts foster youth. And so I'm really, really, really looking forward to some of the webinar events, because we're going to have some really, really amazing topics next year. And so one of the other things that came about with us rebranding the program was the creation of our Foster and Justice Empowerment Council, which was also created to create a space for our program participants and officers to not only learn some skills and get some job enrichment skills, because they are helping to put together and build out a toolkit that's going to explore the foster care to prison pipeline. We're going to, do some surveys. We're going to be doing some case studies, and we're basically essentially going to build out a report that we hopefully can share with, entities and organizations that serve foster youth, to just teach them a better way, so that foster youth don't continue to be pipelined through different systems. And so look out for our council. We've been meeting consistently and planning out what this toolkit is going to look like. And I cannot wait to introduce you guys to this report and all of the great things that's going to come out of the council and these heavy hitters that we put together for officers. And so I want to thank you guys, for being here today, listening in on all of the things that we have, accomplished over the years. As Youth Voice Rising, I'm sorry, can we go to the next slide? Thank you. As Youth Voice Rising, we will continue to do the things that made our participants and our supporters love us, with a new extended focus on both foster care and juvenile justice. And so essentially, and before I pass it on, I'm just tying everything together. Youth Voice will still be doing all of the things that, you know, connected you guys to us, that made you guys want to partner with us, that made our program participants show up. We still will be, you know, going back to our original, sticking to our original mission, which is training and teaching foster youth media and journalism skills that they can be able to turn their lived experiences into publishable pieces, and, you know, create portfolios, you know, gather skills that, you know, also can help empower and educate foster youth and those who serve foster youth. Youth Voice plans to continue to help foster youth plant their seeds and use their voices. And now, as Youth Voice is rising, we plan to rise to the occasion and continue to do the things that made our participants and our supporters grow to love us with an extension of some of the wonderful, amazing things that we are doing. In regards to our internship opportunities, we just created a partnership with UCLA so that we can hire one of their Guardian Scholar Program students to come work in foster media, come work under the Youth Voice program as an intern. I'm in contact with someone at Berkeley right now, with one of my partners at Berkeley, Matt. Shout out to Matt, to hopefully get one of his students. And so I'm just really grateful. We have the Youth Voice Contributor Program. We have the Brian Donovan Fellowship. We have our writing contest that just opened up. Grand prize is $1,000. And so just continue to create, you know, initiatives that will continue to foster youth, you know, cultivate their skills, help them grow, and just create a safe space for them to really talk about the honest impact and the things that we experience, so that hopefully we can, you know, change the system. And so I just want to thank everybody for being here today. We're going to open up the floor for folks to share and offer any, ask any questions in regards to the program, offer any suggestions, any comments. But before you guys do that, if you want to stay up to date with all of the things that we are doing here at with Youth Voice, please follow our new social media handles, our updated social media handles. And if you would like to, you know, be added to our newsletter, please fill out the post evaluation form that we will be including in the chat soon, so that we can add you to our newsletter and you can stay informed with all of the amazing things that we're doing and these initiatives that we are offering foster youth to continue to help them prosper and amplify their voices. And so with that being said, I would like to stop talking now. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to open up the floor for any of our attendees that would like to raise their hand and ask a question or offer a testimony or comment or anything in regards to the program and our new program branding. And I'm not sure if I can definitely, I can see the raise hand. So Manpreet, you can just unmute yourself and join in. And anyone that wants to follow up after her can just unmute yourself. But I'm asking everybody to just be respectful to everybody's time and everything that everybody's doing, so that we can allow the opportunity for everybody to speak.
Perfect. Yes. Hello, Raquel. Good morning. Good afternoon to everybody. I'm actually in the middle of my workday, but I wanted to step aside and take the time to really just give a testimonial of having worked with Youth Voice and Youth Voice Rising now. I really think it's sincerely just like a great outlet for youth to be able to express and utilize their voice, but also to give power to policies and different initiatives in the child welfare system. This type of work is really heartfelt and it's very empowering. And I think specifically under Raquel's management, like it feels unlike, you know, any other program I've really been a part of. The skill building, the expression, and I just want to give kudos to that and give thanks to that, and just want to say I appreciate and how necessary this work is. And me as somebody who's a former foster youth as well, like it's been very impactful to be a part of this program. So I just want to give thanks and give gratitude, and it's beautiful to see you continuing to expand, and I'll be here every step of the way. And yeah, that's all.
Thank you, my love. I really appreciate that. I don't want to get teary-eyed, but I really appreciate that. You know, I appreciate you always for showing up. You are have been one of my favorite Youth Voice contributors thus far. You work very, very hard. You just work very hard. And I appreciate you for being here today and offering that beautiful testimony in regards to the program and some of the great things and experiences that you've had. So thank you so much. Yeah, so we have, please please unmute yourself. I saw your hand raised, Naya. Please feel free to come on and speak.
Yeah, so I would agree with the last person. I absolutely love Youth Voice and now Youth Voice Rising. I couldn't be more excited for this new rebrand. Obviously I absolutely love Raquel because she's just a goddess. But just this program gives so many people who have experienced just either difficulties or just awesome experiences in the foster system a chance to speak out about what they've been through. And it really just gives people who really didn't really have a voice while in the system a platform to speak out and help create change. And I just could not be more thankful for that.
There it is. Oh, thank you so much, Naya. I really, really appreciate you. One of our heavy hitter writers, one of our heavy hitting panelists that always just show up and shows out in Minnesota. So I'm really, really, really just excited to have you here and always to have you show up. And thank you so much for those beautiful words. Like I really, 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 really was nervous about today. I wasn't sure how everybody was going to, take the logo change and the unbranding, but I wanted to have this open house for this particular reason, just because I think that it was important to share with our funders, to share with our program participants, and so that you guys just then wake up and see a new logo and a new name and be like, what happened? And so thank you so much for those beautiful comments and words. Appreciate you. Hi, Liz. Hi, Elizabeth. Please feel free to unmute yourself. I see you with your hand raised.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Well, hey, Raquel, I'm a fan. Yes, I am incredibly proud of what you're doing in your program and the new logo and Youth Voice Rising. I am very glad that I have gotten to know you the last couple months. Appreciate all that you're doing. As a former foster youth way back in the day, recognizing that the impact of foster care on a person's life does not end when they exit the system. And so I just appreciate this platform, what you're doing, and even our conversation about helping folks throughout the generations. So keep up the great work. And I'm spreading some news about you. So keep up the great work. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. You guys gonna make me cry, but I really, really, really am grateful. And just thank you so much for your kind words. I look forward to continuing to grow and find ways to support foster youth together. And so thank you so much. Hi, Aaliyah. Please come up and unmute yourself.
Hey, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know if it was gonna let me unmute or not. Okay, well, yeah, I definitely agree with all of the other sentiments and remarks for Quell. It's definitely been like a privilege and a blessing, to work with you over the past couple of years. I've definitely felt the motivation, and uplifting and the passion, not only for the work that you do, on a regular basis with FMC and Youth Voice, but also in encouraging us, to continue to put our stories out there. And I actually met John Kelly in person this week in Baltimore. He was there for the Spark convening of the 10 major partnerships. And so that was really a blessing. Of course, he spoke highly of you, and just was happy that you had recruited me, to do the work with y'all and stuff like that. So yeah, so I mean, it's been awesome. It's been a great road, and I just appreciate how FMC has an entire platform that allows youth to put their own individual, undistorted stories out there about the reality of foster care, and creating a network where other youth can also go and read things on there to know that they're not alone, and possibly get guidance on how to deal with different things that they're going through. And you coordinate like a lot of that work, and you really care about it. So I appreciate you. It's been great these past 2 years, and I look forward to, whatever it is to come next.
Thank you so much. Y'all gonna have me out here like really boohooing right now. All of these great things. I'm so grateful for you. Like literally was a part of my first like writing opportunity that we created when we did the COVID stories. And so thank you so much, because you guys set the tone for the vision, and I would not be able to do none of this without the help of Tracy, our amazing youth voice editor, without the help of Sarah, who like literally is in handling the social media, Christine, who does all our graphics. I wouldn't be able to do none of this stuff without all of you guys. John, just FMC as a whole, Karen, Kate showing up on the editorial calls, Kim finding ways to, continue to figure out how we can bridge the gap, to have conversations with resource parents and the foster youth and bio parents. And so, I really, really just appreciate all of these wonderful comments, because I just know that I'm doing something right. I just know that I'm doing something right. And so I see that there was a question in the chat, and it said, y'all shared that there is a writing opportunity currently open for our community members. Where can we learn more about this? So we're going to be sending a follow-up email with this recording, with all of the slides, and information about some of the events that we have coming up. But we have a few writing opportunities happening right now. But the main one is our 2023 Youth Voice Writing and Poetry Contest, where we will be focusing specifically on the foster care to prison pipeline, and leveraging or publishing stories during National Foster Care Month that will highlight foster youth experiences and what led them to the juvenile justice system. And hopefully those stories could educate others so that, we can figure out a way to stop, pipeline and foster youth through these different systems, especially the juvenile justice and youth incarceration system. So I hope that answered your question for whomever asked that. And if you need any additional information, I'm also going to drop my email in the chat. Please feel free to reach out to me. We have tons of, we host workshops. We have tons of writing opportunities. We have internship programs happening. Our Youth Voice Contributor role is in New York right now, in California, both in LA and the Bay Area, Minnesota and Texas. And we have a Youth Voice Contributor program in Washington. So if you would like to connect any of your foster youth with lived experience and, find a way, or if you're a foster youth out there that wants to connect with me, to just find a safe outlet with someone that understands what you've been through, and also can pull you out the darkness whenever you need be, that can help you be accountable, that can help you, think about different, life pathways. I'm your girl, and can be your program bestie too. And so if there's anyone else that wants to share, please raise your hand. Or just simply unmute yourself and come on and talk or ask the question that you would like to ask. I see Barbara.
Okay, I finally got it to work. I couldn't get the audio to come up. So first of all, I just want to say I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. I've been a foster mom for 40 years. And there's nothing more important to me in this life than making sure as many young people can be safe as possible. So I have written for foster families, and I am always keeping my eyes and ears open for young adults and youth that love to write and like social media, because it's not something that I grew up with as far as the social media piece. And I have a podcast that I've started, so I'm happy to welcome some of you to come on that podcast. My belief always is that if we access our gifts, it can help to offset our challenges. And I do everything I can to teach that to young people. So in closing, I just want to invite you to connect with me if you'd like, but I'd also like to throw out a really cool idea for the new year. I've been working with a young woman in Massachusetts digitally, and she and I are quite a team. And what we're doing is we're coordinating the youth with foster parents that really, really deeply care and are dedicated to improving the system. And I think it might be nice, even though it's a little off your mission statement as far as giving a voice to youth, but showing that team of caring people that don't even have youth in care right now, but are still speaking up and advocating to improve things. Because, so many young people think a lot of us, they're placed with us and we do it for the money. And it's just, they don't know everything about what we experience. And so maybe together we can bring awareness and change. So it's just an idea for next year, teaming up, like I'm teaming up with a young woman in Massachusetts, and we've got some pretty cool trainings we've created. And I just look forward to staying a part of everything that is going on with this.
Thank you so much, Barbara. I really appreciate this. And I want to clarify that we do host webinar events next year. We're literally going to be having some events connecting and having conversations with resource parents, connecting them with foster youth to talk about mentorship, the importance of, creating positive relationships, and how social workers and lawyers and judges all play a role in helping foster youth cultivate positive relationships and how they can do a better job. So connect with me, please. It sounds like that we are definitely on the same page. In addition to our mission, we definitely, work with FFT, Fostering Families Today, to create a space, to have inviting conversations with resource parents, bio parents, as it relates to the foster youth and the foster care system. So thank you so much, Barbara, for your beautiful comments and all of the work that you're doing.
I'm so happy to hear that, because I've actually been mentoring a lot of young adults for years. I stayed in the lives of many of the youth that lived with me and their siblings. And, I just really know the story has to keep being uplifting and growing and changing. And so I really look forward to seeing what you're up to. That is going to be great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I got 2023 is gonna be beautiful. I got a nice map planned out from January to December. We look forward, and please follow us on our newsletter to stay informed, which you will receive the post evaluation soon in the chat, and that will just so that we can get your email and we can add you as well, and connect with me via email as well so that we can speak more.
Thank you so much. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Was there anyone else that wanted to join in and add some words or comments before we close out? Well, I just want to thank everybody. Oh, wait, I seen a hand. I seen someone with their hand up. Ma, please come on and unmute yourself, my love. Ma? Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
just
There you
a
go.
couple seconds waiting for you to unmute me. I thought this event was until 12:15 or 12.
Wait, I'm sorry, love. What did you say?
I thought this meeting ends at 12 or 12:15, and it's 11:30.
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, we put it into a time just based off of the based off of who might want to ask questions, to create that space for people to ask questions. But if there's not other people that want to ask questions, then obviously I don't want to have you guys hold you guys here on your important Thursday. I do see Sabrina with her hand raised. Amal, did you have any comments or anything that you wanted to add outside of that?
Not really.
Okay, thank you so much, love. Sabrina, please feel free to unmute yourself, love, and join us to offer or to ask your question or offer your comments.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to say thank you, Raquel, for everything. You connected me to a lot of resources and things. It wouldn't be possible for you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been able to like a lot of my pieces published. So thank you so much for everything and everything you have done for me, and I hope to continue working with you.
Oh, I got it on mute, but I was saying, and that you will, Sabrina. I heart you. I appreciate all of the hard work you do. And so thank you so much. Sabrina is a part of our Fostering and Justice Council. And so, yes, I'm looking forward to doing more with you guys. And so if there isn't any more questions or any more comments, I still want to make sure, because we created a space for everybody to be able to come speak. So do anyone else have anything that they want to share or add in? All right. So in the chat, you will find how you can be join our newsletter. You also can find the survey, which we are about to drop now. I want to thank everybody for being here today. You know, when I was in foster care and going through all of the experiences that I was going through, and I used to sit in those homes and I used to be asking God, why me? You know, why are all of these things happening to me? You know, I don't wish the foster care system on anyone. It's not an ideal place for a child to grow up, especially a young black child at that. And I want to be specific, young black and brown children, you know, and are the most overrepresented population in, you know, in the system. But, you know, we are also the ones that, you know, don't get all of the resources and all of the things that should be afforded to us. And so the times that I used to be sitting in those houses, you know, asking God, like, you know, why me, why I'm going through these things. Not to say that, you know, that I went through those things to, you know, be here, but, you know, I definitely recognize that, you know, per my experiences, I was literally made, you know, to use my lived experiences to help build people up. You know, to help provide a space, you know, to teach job skills, to offer, you know, roles that, you know, that can take, you know, youth to, you know, different places and different spaces, you know, connecting them to other resources if we don't offer those resources. And so, you know, I just really am grateful for all of the kind words, all of the grace that you guys have given us over the years. And I just want to say thank you so much. We support our program. Everybody is literally paid, you know, whether they submit a piece, they, you know, participate as a panelist, our interns. I literally want to continue to create a space to help foster youth, you know, and just teach them, you know, how to do and be better. And so thank you all. If you are interested in supporting Youth Voice Rising for the 2023 year and beyond, please donate to us. This will help us continue to offer support to foster youth nationally, so that we can get stories from foster youth in Cleveland, we can get stories from foster youth in Jersey, we can get stories from foster youth in Dakota. You know, I want to be able to work with foster youth all over the United States, and then, you know, hopefully potentially be able to transition into working, you know, internationally and, you know, figuring out how we can change the system. And so if you are interested in supporting us, and supporting our program efforts, please feel free to donate to us. We so appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you all again for being here today. I don't even know why I was nervous before I got on this, before we started the event. But I'm just really, really grateful. Please look forward to some of the amazing things that we're going to be doing in 2023. And I look forward to hearing, all of the suggestions that you guys have, with how we can make the program better and continue to come provide a safe space for foster youth to grow and prosper and be great. And so with that being said, I'm going to drop the survey link in the chat again for you guys. I'm going to drop my email in the chat again so that if you are interested in connecting, so that we can offer your program participants a paid workshop to teach them how to amplify their voices and use their lived experiences and turn them into publishable pieces for the imprint and fostering families today. Please connect with me. If you are a foster youth out in the world that needs some support or just need a program bestie, I am your girl. Please connect with me as well. I'm going to drop my information in the chat. If you are a funder or a supporter, please connect with us. We are always, looking for ways to grow the program's revenue so that we can continue to offer, and compensate our writers for their contributions and their amazing participation for our initiatives. And so with that being said, I want to thank you all again for being here. Shout out to Sarah, always in the background handling our tech stuff. I appreciate you, Sarah. Shout out to John, who is co-directing with Christy and doing an amazing job alongside Christy. Shout out to the whole FMC family at the imprint, Kim and B at FFT, and all of my lovely youth voice. I gotta stop saying that now, and I gotta get used to saying Youth Voices Rising program besties. I look forward to continue to grow and empower, and I'll leave you guys with this: aspire to inspire before you expire. And so thank you guys. God bless everybody, and we'll see you guys soon.
You as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.